Hello everybody, it's Jen. I'm back with another Valentine card using the Avery Elle Would You stamp set, and I'm using the Crepe Paper Hello Love paper to make this card as well. So I'm going to start off here using my stamping tool to make this little scene for this card. I wanted to use the little heart-shaped wood stump for this one, so I was trying to decide which image I wanted in the front and which one I wanted behind, and so I decided I wanted the stump to be in front of the beaver's tail. So I'm going to stamp that first, and I'm using the Lawn Fawn Jet Black ink, which is safe for all kinds of coloring mediums, was the word I was looking for. So you can use alcohol markers, it works with watercolor as well, and today I'm going to be using my Prismacolor pencils. So I just made a mask using the stamp as well so I could cover that up to stamp the beaver image, and so I'm going to stamp that now, and then I'm pretty sure I only did one stamp. No, I do actually do two here just to make sure that I have a really dark image, and then I'm going to peel up the mask and you can see that the tail is a little bit behind the stump. So now I'm just going to use the little banner that comes in the stamp set, and it says loved for the little beaver to be holding. It's so cute. And again, I'm going to be using the would you be my Valentine? Would you be mine sentiment that comes in the stamp set as well, which is just so cute. So now that I have my little scene stamped out here, I'm going to move into the coloring of the images. And I am going to be using my Prismacolor pencils, as I said. So I don't actually use a large number of colored pencils for this image. I'm using a light brown color to do both the beaver and the stump, and I'm using my Gamsol with my blending stumps to blend out the colored pencils, and I'm really enjoying colored pencils. So I've only been working with them now for about a month, and I just find them so easy to blend. There goes Piper running across the screen. You know it's not going to be a video of mine these days without a black cat running through my video. There's a window to the right of me, so they often like to sit up with me and look out the window. So that's why they're often going back and forth. But anyways, back to the card. Really clean and simple coloring here. Just a very light layer, and then using the Gamsol to blend it out. I wanted to leave his belly a little bit lighter than the rest of him, and I wanted to put shadows in under his arms and then down by the bottom of him where there would naturally be a shadow. So I'm actually going to color the stump similarly. I'm using a dark brown as well, and I think I might even have brought in some black, but right now I'm using the dark brown, and I'm going to put some shading in on the beaver as well in those areas where I want extra shading. And you can see with the stump that I actually just did very loose coloring. I wanted it to look more wood grain, so for the stump I actually used more of a squiggly line just to kind of get a different feel for it than the beaver itself. So I tried to use a little bit of a different brown color to separate the two. I only have, I think, 3 brown colored pencils in my set that I bought, and one is almost a red brown color, and then there's this dark brown and the lighter brown that I've used. So you can see here I'm putting in some lines to make it look a little bit more like wood, and I'm trying to make it a little bit darker. In the end, I kind of feel like there's a lot of brown on this card, so I don't know if there's a way to make this a little bit more whimsical, maybe doing a red stump or a pink stump or something, like I said, a little bit whimsical just to break up the brown color. But if you guys have any suggestions, I'd love to hear them, so go ahead and leave it in the comment box if you have any suggestions for how to maybe do that stump so that there's not so much brown on the card. That would be great. But I am just going to use a little bit of gray on his teeth so they're not so white. I used a little bit of the white colored pencil on top of that because I felt like I actually put a little bit too much gray. And then I'm just going to ground the image with the light gray pencil as well and blending that out with the Gamsol just so that it doesn't look like he's standing on nothing. You could for sure use green here. I just didn't want to introduce green as a color for a Valentine Day card. So that's why I went with just a gray kind of grounding. I decided that it needed a little bit more color, so that's why I'm bringing in the hearts here. I'm using a larger one from the set and then the smaller one, and I'm just trying to figure out where I want those hearts to go. And then I'm just going to use the red pencil here and blend that out with the Gamsol as well. So it brings a little bit more color. I use a touch of pink for a lighter shade in that heart as well. It just blends it really nice, those two colors together. Yeah, so then I'm going to move on to actually constructing the card, which takes hardly any time at all. And I decided to bring in a paper from My Funny Valentine. That's a collection this year from Pebbles. So this paper that I'm using, the wood grain paper, is from the Hello Love, and I thought it was perfect to go with the beaver and the wood theme of the card. You could use any wood grain paper that you have that comes in any kit, or sorry, any paper collection. Doesn't even need to be a Valentine's Day collection. And then I wanted to bring in some black and white as well as an accent color. I am planning on sending this to an adult male, so I thought bringing in some black would help with that as well. So just a family friend, and I thought it would be sweet to send him a Valentine, but I didn't want it to be overly girly. So this heart paper is from the Funny Valentine, and then I cut out the image using a stitched square die from, I think that is a Simon Says Stamp die set, just to give it some stitch detailing. And then I had these hearts. I believe I bought these at the Dollar Tree last year and had never used them, so I thought that they would bring in some more color and just some glitter and some pizzazz to spice up the card a little bit. And I think that ended up looking really cute. I believe the card is a 5x5 square card, so it will mail fairly easy. You can put it in a 5x7 envelope and it should fit nicely. And then I'm just using my Spectrum Noir glitter brush marker for the hearts to add some glitter to them so they kind of match the heart stickers that I'm using. And then I'm going to work on the inside of the card, and I'm just using some Real Red by Stampin' Up, and that's my ink red, tongue-tied, red ink color of choice. And I'm using the Love Letters stamp set from Lawn Fawn, the Happy Valentine's Day stamp that comes in that stamp set. And then I'm going to use the brown colored ink again from Stampin' Up. You saw me do this in the card that I posted earlier this week, just to bring the inside element into, no, the outside element into the inside. So here are some still shots of the card. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you soon. Bye!